Okay, so we are here to continue our discussion of cocky versus humble part 2. Now, I've been looking on webstersdictionary.com, and I even took a quick peek at urbandictionary.com just to kind of get an idea of what the definitive of some of these words that we're talking about really means and what it really is. So, first of all, in terms of women, and we'll go quickly into just for the stereotypes of a black woman. If you are strong, bold, assertive, confident, even blunt or aggressive, you may be labeled as a diva. A lot of women use the term interchangeably, um, and I actually went to Webster's dictionary and typed in the word diva. And let me tell you, it told me that basically that word meant you were a performer. And I mean that in terms of an opera singer or something of that nature, an entertainer. That was about as far as it would go with the word diva. So, and I'm serious, it literally says a distinguished female singer, prima donna. That's dictionary.com. Now, Urban Dictionary says a diva is a female version of a hustler. Of course, everyone heard that from Beyonce's song. Then it has some negative connotations. It has one that says, a woman that must have her way exactly or no way at all, often rude and belittles people, believes that everyone is beneath her and thinks that she is so much more loved than what she really is, selfish, spoiled, and overly dramatic. Then the last one that I'm going to talk about says a talented but imperious female performer, originally used to describe opera stars. The word is now commonly applied to female performers in a virtually any medium. Sorry, I'm kind of butchering the definition because I'm reading it as I'm going, and also, processing it in my mind. So that's a diva, okay? Now, if you get into some of the other words that are used to describe women that carry themselves with confidence, that is defined as belief in oneself and one's powers or abilities, self-confidence, self-reliance, assurance. That's confidence. Cocky, in an adjective form, means to be arrogant, self-assertive, conceited. Okay? Now humble. Humble. There were a lot of definitions for humble that even made me kind of go, wow, I wonder, when people tell you to humble yourself, do they really understand how they're using that word? It says not proud or arrogant, modest, having a feeling of insignificance, inferiority, and subservience. Low in rank, importance, status, quality. Um, Courteously respectful. Low in height, level, size. To lower in condition, importance, or dignity. To destroy the independence, power, or will of. To make meek. And let's see. We're going to get back to that one. The last one that I looked up was bold as an adjective. Bold is defined as not hesitating or fearful in the face of actual or possible danger, courageous and daring, a bold hero. Not hesitating to break the rules, forward, necessitating courage and daring, beyond the usual limits of conventional thought or action, imaginative. Alright, now let's just stop right there because then it gives an example of Einstein, saying Einstein was bold. Now, do you see the differences in just these words? Just small, simple words that people use to describe other people. Men will tell you, even in religion, they tell you as a woman to humble yourself. Have you seen the definition of humble? Why would I want to make myself meek and to destroy my independence, power, or will? What? Okay. Then we have confidence. Okay? Believing in yourself. Now, is there a way to be confident and not cocky? Yes. Is there a way to be confident and have a good dose of being humble in there? Yes. You can do any mix or combo of these things. It is all up to you and how you decide to carry yourself in different settings. The problem that I'm noticing is that in places where men are still the dominant gender, in corporate America, in blue collar, white collar, retail, non-retail, customer service, mechanics, airplanes, presidency, governments, everywhere, where at the end of the day, when you get high up there, or at least to the top 3 levels, there's usually still men in charge. A woman has not been able to break through that, glass ceiling, as you may want to call it. It is because, to me, that role requires a certain mixture of being confident to certain people, humble to others, and bold when need be. Okay? That's a hard thing to do. Men are never asked to humble themselves. Never. And I think that as women, we have to take this and put all these things into a melting pot and decide, how do we come off as saying, no, I got this. But if you want to help, that's cool. Or if you have advice to help me along the way, that's cool too. I'm not trying to steamroll over you, but if you don't pull your side, or you can't do it, or you're not sure how to do it, I'm going to pick up the pieces and keep it moving. I'm not going to fall to, little pieces of paper and shreds and go, oh no, now what? Independent women are being labeled horribly as this new, population of women who just do it themselves. They don't need men. They pay the bills, they buy what they want, they do what they want. And I'm seeing these women get into their late 30s, 40s, 50s, single, no children, never married, because they were a doctor or a lawyer or the manager or partner of a firm, and there was not a man, regardless of ethnicity, background, culture, demographics. They have a harder time, the more status they gain, finding a man that can mesh with them, because you can't have 2 dominant people in one household. One person has to kind of take a little bit of a back seat. It's kind of like when you have a dog. A dog can only have one owner, one master. You can't both be the dominant owner, because the dog will be confused on who to listen to. Same thing applies with children. They need to know, who has the final say. And traditionally, it was always dad. Well, we don't always have the dad or the man or the male in the picture anymore. And it goes the same way with men not having the woman in the picture sometimes. My point is that do not feel discouraged if you are trying to figure out how to carry yourself. You're trying to figure out what goes in your melting pot. When do you use these different adjectives? When are you supposed to come off as self-assured and cocky and I got this? And when are you supposed to kind of say, oh, I'll take a back seat and let you run with this one? It's hard. It's not easy. And we're constantly being given mixed signals in our media to begin with. So, this is just a series, my part 2, with mostly definitions to kind of give you some food for thought on when people tell you that you are this or you are that. Do they really understand what those words mean? Do you understand what those words mean? And now that you maybe have a glimpse into what they really mean, are you comfortable with what you're being labeled as? Do you want to change it? And do you have anything you need to work on? Are you coming off as humble, but you really mean to come off as confident? You are in control of all of this. You can decide your image, your reputation, and your characteristics and traits. You. So, going forward, we will look at ways to do that in a positive way, and even how to kind of combat some of the things that maybe you've already done in your life that gave you the wrong image or wrong trait, or people have labeled you a certain way and you want to try and rebuild that. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.